12 years in the army, 5 years in the corporate, and 6 years as a social entrepreneur. No food for 2 days. The first time when we got our rations or so-called meals were dry rotis packed in a gunny bag with a can of fruit. We had nothing. We had no money, we had no projects. But again, perseverance helped. Let us not look back to get bogged down, but let us look back to learn from our own life journeys, own life experiences, which will help you become a better version of you. "12 years in the army, 5 years in the corporate, and 6 years as a social entrepreneur. I would like to tell you that your life journey teaches you the best lessons which you can turn into resolutions to be a better version of yourself in the new year. Hi, I'm Ajit. I'm the founder of Anant Learning and Development, a social entrepreneur, and I'm here to share my interesting journey with you and share with you some lessons which I learned through my life journey. So the first lesson in life I learned is happiness. I keep telling people, be happy. It's the most important lesson which you should implement in your life. I remember those days, the initial days of war, when we were climbing Tololing, which was captured by multiple assaults from Indian Army. I also remember those steep slopes, or I would say extremely steep slopes, which we were trying to climb, and we had no food for 2 days. The first time when we got our rations, or so-called meals, were dry rotis packed in a gunny bag with a can of fruit. And that day we realized the value of such small thing which we ignored all the time. Happiness is not getting a promotion or getting a $1 million lottery. Happiness can also be very small things in life. You're driving, you get all green signals, it gives you happiness. You walk into a metro, you get a seat to sit, even that gives you happiness. You go for an early morning walk and you see the sunrise, that also gives you happiness. In case we start understanding happiness in these small things, I think the world will be a happier place, including us. The second lesson I would like to share with you is perseverance. I remember being given a task along with my team to go and capture a feature. We assaulted the feature 9 times. 8 times we failed, but 9th time we went up and captured it. It was our perseverance which helped us capture it. In case we would have given up, things would not have been what they are today. The same thing can be got replicated when I started my own social enterprise. Sitting in a small tea shop in Okhla, after resigning my corporate job, we decided to start up our own enterprise, own company, own organization. We had nothing. We had no money, we had no projects. But again, perseverance helped. Over the past 6 years, we kept trying in multiple ways to achieve our aim, to create a positive impact. And I think that helped us to reach where we are today. The third lesson which I would like to share is trust. Trust in your team, trust in your colleagues, trust on people around you. I remember when I joined the corporate, it was a startup. A lot of new youngsters were coming in, a lot of team members were joining, but the biggest shortcoming which I saw was a lack of trust in each other. In the armed forces, we trusted each other with our lives. It was always a team effort. It was never about an individual. Let it be a sport, let it be an assault, let it be a task, the whole team goes together. It was never a one-man show. Same values I tried to imbibe in the teams which we were building up for my first corporate job. The trust has to be blind. The trust has to be of the highest order to succeed. Till the time you do not trust people around you, you will not trust yourself. That trust, in case you develop in yourself, it will help you become a better version of yourself in the coming year. So today, as a social entrepreneur, when I go out trying to create a positive change in the community, in the society around me, I find that it takes time. And I feel that the biggest reason why it happens is because we have lack of leadership. We have more followers than leaders. In the army, whenever we would go for a task, a team, everybody was a leader. Everybody had a task defined. Nobody was indispensable. One person falls down, the other takes his place. That is what we need in our society today. Everybody tries to become a leader and try and create a change around him rather than being a follower. When I started this social enterprise, my company, my organization, I had a team of around 40 people. And this is what I told them. When you go out there to create a change, you need to be a leader. You need to take a decision which is right there on the field. You cannot look back or look up for instructions or directions. That is the only way you will be able to create an impact, and that is the only way when people will listen to you and get convinced by you. And the last and the most important value which I feel everybody should have is empathy. You don't have empathy, you have nothing. It is a value which helps you change things around you. It helps you become a better person. I remember way back in '99, we were on top of a mountain. There was 60 feet of snow around us, and nobody was allowed to move down. We had one of the toughest boys in our company whose mother fell sick. We empathized. 26 of us, along with him, walked for 19 hours to ensure that he reaches the nearest roadhead to go home. What I'm trying to say is, when under such tough conditions, we can empathize. Why can't people empathize here in cities, towns, villages? For me, empathy is not distributing blankets, but empathy is how you park your car, how much you are able to put yourself in others' shoes, how much you are able to understand the other's point of view. That is empathy. For me, empathy helps you understand problems, issues in your society, in people around you. It helps you understand people better, and it helps you create solutions or facilitate a change in and around you. As the year passes by, let's not only look forward. Let's all decide that we will not look back and get bogged down. But in case we look back, we will look back to learn, look back to understand the lessons and implement them in our lives in the coming year. Let us not look back to get bogged down, but let us look back to learn from our own life journeys, own life experiences, which will help you become a better version of you. Let us all trust people around us and spread love and trust rather than hate. Let us not be identified by our failures, but let us be identified by our successes. Let us also have empathy, which is the most important value which we can imbibe in ourselves. Let us understand the issues and the people around us through empathy. Let us all be a change maker and create and change around us. खुद को कर बुलंद इतना कि खुदा भी पूछे तेरी रजा क्या है. Thank you.
Tell us what you think about this video and don't forget to like, share and subscribe.